We enjoyed that. Let's move to the administrative section. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll second.
Mr. McAllister made the motion, and Ms. seconded it. Walk us through.
Okay. Item A, school volunteers who on occasion may also serve as bus chaperones or provide transportation for students to and from athletic events, academic competitions, or school outings, who have provided proof of private vehicle liability insurance and have completed volunteer orientation.
I'm gonna attempt to turn the lights, I might turn them off on this.
Item B,
Don't shock yourself.
Right.
an agreement with Craig Huffman to provide transportation services for an eligible student involved pre-K-8 student according to the terms of the contract. That's paid for. Item C, Marshall University student Jay Rowdenbush to perform observation in the area of social studies at Guiding Valley Middle School during the fall semester. He is currently a substitute teacher for us this time.
Good. Any questions? Since there are any questions, call for motion. All those in favor?
Yes.
Okay, being all yes vote. Okay, in the finance, motion, please.
Second.
Curry, Ms. Wilkerson. Ms. Scant.
Okay, item A, scheduled invoices totaling $76,334.29. And you should have an attachment for review. And I handed you guys the financial statements for September. And I was a little late in getting to September because I'm still having the encumbrance problem. So I've marked through, if you'll see, look at page 2, I've marked through the encumbrance balances. And there's a programmer at the state that is still working on this issue. And as you know, this is one of the new requirements that Dr. Harris had required us to do was encumber payroll. So it's just creating the feudal problems for me. Expenditures are correct, but just the PO balance and remaining balances are not correct on them. And they are working on it.
Okay, does anybody have any questions either about the invoices that we're going to approve tonight or the financial statement? Anything related to finance? Okay. All right, if not, then I'll ask for a call for motion. Those in favor, is that an all yes vote?
Yes.
All yes on the finance section. Okay, we'll move to personnel. Can I have a motion, please?
I move.
Ms. Smith, Mr. McCallum. Good.
Okay, on section A, it's the employment of professional personnel. Section B, employment of service personnel. Section C, transfer of service personnel. But I would like for you to look at C4 and strike that name, Ms. Loretta Davis. She withdrew her bid. And section C6, because of that withdrawal, it affects Ada Adkins. We'll have to.
Strike it down also.
Yes, strike C6.
Strike it, C4 and C6, okay.
Yes. Section D is employment of extracurricular personnel. Section E, employment of temporary service personnel. And section F, resignation and or retirement. That's noted under the effective date of resignation. Any questions?
Okay, anybody have any questions? Okay. If not, then an all yes vote. Approve of the personnel schedule with the two deletions that Ms. Lucas spoke to. Then all yes?
Yes.
All yes vote, okay. All right, any comments or concerns? Anything else, Trish, you want to?
I would like to mention that tomorrow, we will be having the monthly reset meeting here at 3 o'clock. That that's just a regular monthly meeting that RESA has. You're welcome to attend if you would like.
We will be feeding everybody.
We're feeding at the end.
Yes.
It's at 3
It's a
o'clock.
board trip, times the day.
If you don't attend the meeting, it's like it needs that group.
Around 5. I would like to mention that, I know you are, asked about the student count, you know, that had to be submitted on the 18th of October, even though the cutoff was October the 1st, we had to submit it by then. We are actually 37 students less for 2013-14 than we were last year. This time. Mhm.
30 doesn't like that, do you,
I
buddy?
have,
That's like, I don't want
actually,
those.
Rita, I know you gave me those to Ann. Oh, here they are. That's the count.
Is this all the same thing?
Yes.
So 37 less.
Mr. Midkiff has a presentation to do on excess levy.
I gave you, prior to the board meeting, a handout. It's entitled Levy Election Timeline. Sean, I'll give you a copy of this. You
Yes, sir.
may actually jump in here somewhere. You may know
Okay.
some additional information. But I spoke to Christie, the elections office at the courthouse, last week regarding the upcoming levy election. And she gave me some dates, kind of some landmarks and things that are upcoming that's going to take place, including the fact that on October the 28th, that's the last day for someone to register who wishes to vote in the levy election. October 31st is when they'll do a test of the voting machines for early voting. And November 2nd through the 13th is when early voting begins. And there's 3 locations, McCorkle Community Center, at Hamlin, here at the courthouse, across from the courthouse. And Harts, the old Harts High School, the new community center. And you can early vote on Monday through Friday at any of those 3 locations from 9 to 4:30. On Saturdays from 9 to 5. And they'll even be open on Veterans Day, on a holiday, for people to vote. On November 14th, the voting machines will be tested publicly for the election itself. Of course, the 16th is when it will take place. 22nd is the date in which canvassing of the election results will take place. And Christie explained to me that that's actually a joint activity between the County Board of Education and the County Commission. And the board must have at least 3 representatives participate in that activity. It can be 3 board members, or it can be a combination of board members, Mrs. Lucas, myself. So there's lots of different, ways in which that could be, could happen or could occur.
Or it could be all of
It could be everyone, if you so desire to participate.
Does the commission have all 3 of them participate or in that?
Yes, according to Christie,
Like normal.
yes, that they would all participate. And then on November 25th, the election results would be certified.
I didn't realize they were going to be available on Veterans Day. That's good to know that.
I was surprised.
The,
Some way to go.
the ballot was published today for the first time, so there may be people out there who, what's this, when they see it in the paper. Because, I mean, I haven't gone very heavy coverage-wise, kind of deliberately. So it's published in tomorrow's paper, and it'll be run again in 3 weeks' time, just before the election.
I saw it in today. I think if one reads, because I've read it numerous times, but when it was in the paper again, I went, just went down to, and, when you read those items, I mean, they affect everybody, anybody. You go down there, anybody that's not affected by something on that list, I don't know who they would be. But there's so many things on there, and it's so important.
We did have Ms. Gandy to do a presentation at in-service for the service personnel on October the 17th here, and she went over each area with them, and we're, Mr. Gibb and Ms. Gandy and myself, we're planning on going to the schools to present the information, the facts.
I think if everybody just looks at that call, it just jumps right out at them and see what's on there. The teachers and staff, I mean, all the schools are going to see, hey, this affects me directly in my
And it
students.
affects all our children,
Yeah.
all of them.
You just go down that list. Yeah. All right, thank you, Mr. Jack.
You're welcome.
What's your name from now on? Mr.
We'll talk
Jack.
about that later.
Not gonna get off that easy. Anything else, Rick?
No, I think that's it.
Anybody else have anything? Mr. Curtis?
Does Brenda need to register any of us for November the 2nd, Charles?
I've tried, I'm still trying to get an agenda for that, Mr. Wilkerson. I even asked again this evening.
Well, they're really getting vague.
Well, I don't know what the problem is.
The other
Is
ones-
anybody going?
I don't think any member needs hours. I did ask them to confirm that, and I've never even got an answer to that email. And then I've asked again for an agenda for the meeting to see if it's something that you just want to go and hear about. I haven't got that back either.
Then the other meeting is November the 5th, right?
Yeah.
There's separate.
It's one day only, right?
Mm-hmm,
Starts 10 o'clock.
That would be one of those drive-in things, right?
Yeah.
On the 2nd.
now you don't need any hours, I'm sure of that.
Well, register me, I'll go to that one.
Okay.
It's just Thursday for 9.
Thursday, Friday,
That's a song.
I would be if it's not. Okay. Anything else, anybody? The only thing I just wanna, do we have any, have we got any further developments on the location of the band field or any activities, the soccer field? Okay. I just say that just kind of as the point of emphasis, the weather's getting to the point now, that, if you're gonna do anything outside of be ready for spring, we're gonna have to do it pretty soon. I'd hope that we'd be able to accomplish that, find a location that would be suitable. I spoke with Mrs. Cook the other day by phone. She's off, as you probably know, and we were telling her what we were planning to do, and she's very happy with that. But I tell them, we'd like to get her input, even if David has to share it for us along with Mr. Snyder. But, if we could come up with a location, and Mr. Christian, I spoke with him over the weekend, and mentioned it to him too, just to emphasize to Mr. Snyder that, let's try to find it where that's gonna be. We've got space there, and I think Mr. Wilkerson, I kind of concur with him. We really need to have an overall outlay of the whole school campus to where things are gonna be.
Absolutely.
And I certainly agree with him. Sometimes we're just putting things here like a puzzle, and if we knew what the long-range outlook of the whole campus would be like. But I'd like to see us, if you all would, maybe encourage somebody to look into those things. Is there a way I took it with the band parents, or supporters, that they would like to have their own location, which might require a little grading or something like that? At the same time, maybe we could find some, whatever's necessary to expand that soccer field a little bit and get those things done. And when springtime comes, we could, have it, maybe we were ideally to have it sown in grass this fall, and then come spring, we'd have a practice football facility, a band location, and a permanent soccer location on campus there. So that's what I'd like to see us do, if you could, please.
I know Mr. Snyder has been in conversation with the grandparents and trying to, and he is in that mode of trying to check all of the areas, but as you said, we need to have a plan, something drawn out as to where everything is going to be located, so that we,
Master plan,
yes. So that
much
we-
needed, I think, much needed.
I agree with him. Larry mentioned that, and the more I thought about it, I agree with him 100%. Mr. Christian also was telling me about their plans that, you know, they're making some progress as far as the moving and excavating on the football field. But they're in the process now of locating a larger dozer that they're going to rent. And I don't know whether he's talked with Bertie about that or not, but I know.
We did a purchase order on that today.
Today.
Okay, so there's going to be a larger dozer, which is what's, I think, been needed from the get-go. You know, these little ones take forever. So anyway, just like to see this, do this kind of
Were
thing.
they working on the soccer field as well?
No, they.
No, working on the tennis court.
Oh, the tennis court, okay.
Well, I just
Now,
think,
I noticed that on the tennis court, that, I didn't know whether that was a gas company or the school did that.
We did.
that's great. We get all these things done. We certainly want to make sure we don't forget soccer.
Well, you know, I mean, they've had a lot of good results this year. I'm not gonna say that about football. It's not my thing. But like
Which kind of football are we talking about?
indeed. But like the soccer's knocked off a lot of good teams this year, and they've, you know, they're setting records. They're doing the business.
You don't have to say anything.
I know.
You know, after 2 or 3 thumbs down, I get the message.
For 7 years.
Okay, if nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please. Until November the 5th, 2013, at Midway Elementary School. Ms. Smith, Mr. McAllister, all yes?
Yes.
Okay.